At ease, brothers. Men, there are some feminine traits that we have to eliminate immediately, expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a lot of traits that men have picked up. I don't know if it's been over the last decade. I don't know when it was, man. But a lot of us, bro, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, man. We're moving like bitches. And I'm not talking about feminine mannerisms. I'm not talking about walking around with your your wrist hanging down or walking with them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just the way you move and operate and think and function. We've picked up as men, we've picked up a lot of just feminine traits. And now our world is doing something and we're not understanding why it's doing something. But it's like we got to get back to our roots and how we're supposed to move. The first thing I noticed, man, is we have to stop worrying about what other men are doing. It's zero dark 30, man. And the first thing I see when I wake up this morning, man, is an email from a brother that just threw me for a loop. I'm like, what? And what are you talking about? Man, we have to stop worrying about what every other brother is doing. If you don't like a man, if you don't like the way he moves, if you don't like the way he functions, what he talks about, what his videos about, what business he's in, brother, just do something else. And when I say let's stop talking about other men, I'm not talking about your favorite content creator that's bringing up a TD Jakes or bringing up a P Diddy or whoever, right? Just to shed light on a bigger picture on what we can take away from it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you individually having a problem with your next door neighbor, having a problem with a brother that works down the assembly line from you, having a problem with a brother that you used to roll with, and now you're consumed with talking about what he's doing wrong, how he's moving, how he makes his money. I got a DM. This might have been 2 weeks ago, roughly 2 weeks ago, man. And it was a brother, and I can't think of his name. And if I can remember his name, I wouldn't say it anyway, because this brother came in my DM first off showing love, saying, "Hey man, I love what you do, I love what you talk about." But then the conversation took a twist. The brother said, "Why do you roll with brother so and so?" And he said the brother's name. He said, "Yeah, man, this brother does this, he does this, talks about this, and he makes his money like this. Like, why do you mess with him?" And I said, "Bro, like, why do I care about how another man makes his money? Like, of all the men on the planet, every man is moving different. I've had best friends, man, that were selling dope, you know what I'm saying? That were doing crazy things, and they were still my brothers. I got brothers right now, man, that may wake up every day and smoke and drink and do whatever they do, and they still my brothers. I'm sure I do certain things that every single one of my brothers say, you know what, I don't know why Soul does that, but he's still my brother. Like who am I to judge what a man does? Like why are you so consumed about what this other man is doing? I'm telling you, brothers, that is a feminine trait. That is a feminine trait to worry about what other men are doing. There was a quote I heard by, I think his name is Alex Hermosi, if I'm saying that right. And he said, winners keep their eyes on the goal. He said, and losers keep their eyes on winners. So brothers, just understand, if you're one of these men that sit there and you focused on what somebody else is doing that you don't like, bro, come out of that element and put that energy toward where you're going. Where you going? Simply unsubscribe. Simply block the brother's number. Simply whatever you got to do, man. But don't let another man's actions and movements and the way he makes money take you out of your element and put you in some feminine state. Don't do that, brothers. And me and this brother I was talking about in the DMs. We had about 2 or 3, going back and forth. I'm trying to explain to the brother, like, do you hear yourself? Do you hear what you're coming to me asking, talking about? Is what I'm really saying. And the conversation ended. And again, I still got much love for this brother, man. He supports me. The conversation ended when the brother said, "Hey, do me a favor. Can you reach out to this brother that we're talking about? Can you reach out to this brother and ask him about da-da-da-da-da and why he da-da-da-da-da?" I said, "Brother, you You're asking me to reach out to some man to talk to him about some problem that a whole nother man has. I said, yeah, we done here, bro. Cause you now you're trying to drag me in this feminine state. Conversation was over, bro. You know, so men just worrying about how other men move. But that's feminine when it comes to the point where it takes you out of your element, where now you focused on him, how he gets his money, how he does this, who he's talking to, who is he dating, is he what? We got to get rid of that, brother. We got to get rid of that, man. Man, I start putting coconut oil in my coffee instead of sugar. It's on 10, bro. Another trait, man, another feminine trait that we as men have to get rid of, have to eliminate from our lives, man, is not being focused on our own states of mind. That you got to understand that's a feminine trait to not move like that. Like that's a huge part of masculinity, is to be focused. And I'm not even talking about being focused on a goal. I'm talking about just focused in a state of mind. Meaning, every single thing that we consume, every single thing that we watch and whatever, it should have something to do, or there should be something to extract from that's assisting us, that's inspiring us towards our goal. Even when we have conversations with other brothers, even when we're, going to, if we're still going to church, or if there should be something in that you extract that's going to feed you of going to that mission, because that mission is your life. Like when I say a man must know who he is, where he's going, what his truth is. That's what I'm talking about. But a lot of men don't have that. And as a result, they're just moving all, and that's a feminine state. What I mean by that is this. Let me break it down like this. Like, have you ever heard, say for example, if you're dating or if you're married, have you ever heard your woman or your wife on the phone talking to her girlfriend? Like, they can talk for an hour, and over the course of that hour, or hell, even 30 minutes, they'll take a whole trip around the world. They may start off talking about, hey girl, how you doing? How was your day? Da 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 da. Oh, you heard Burlington's had a sale? Boom, da 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 da. Oh girl, did you see that? Do you see that TikTok video with so and so? Da 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 da. Ooh, I heard so and so them. Da 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 da. And they're just going from level to level. They're talking about vacations. They're talking about sales. They're talking about who got married. They're talking about this. It's just all over the world. It's a state of chaos. But you have to understand, that's the beauty of a woman. The fact that women move like that, that's the beauty of a woman. That's what makes the compatibility work. The fact that we're so firm and she's so chaos. She can put that chaotic state in your structure. You see how that works? But when a man is moving like that, brother, it's a very feminine trait when he's just so aloof. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I don't want to say absolutely nothing, but there is very little things that I consume or entertain that's not about where I'm going. Very little thing. It's very few things, bro. Like we have to be men that are focused on our states of mind. Like, this is my state and nothing's bringing me out of it. The thing I think that kind of hinders us from keeping a state of mind, man, is I think a lot of men have lost that I'll call it lone wolf mentality. I don't know if it's social media, I don't know what it is, but I believe men have lost that lone wolf mentality. For example, man, like when I talk to my brothers, in the circle, brilliant minds, man, focused minds, we can all come together on a Zoom call, or we can all have a meeting in Atlanta or in Arizona, and just fellowship, man. Brothers just learning from each other, iron sharpening iron. But once we get off these calls, once we get out of these meetings, we're back in that lone wolf mentality. Like, it's good to fellowship with your brothers, man, and grow. But every man must be able to go back to that state of, this is where I'm going. This is my mission. These are the things I'm entertaining. Like, this is me. A lot of men lose that that focused state of mind. I don't know if it's because they see the shiny things on Instagram and they want to peek over the fence so bad. I don't know what it is, man, but we as men, we have to find that state of mind that's so firm, that has a foundation, that's so structured. That's so structured. So when that woman does come in your life and she's in this beautiful, chaotic state, because I call it beautiful because it is, and she puts that chaotic state in your firmness, but now the magic can happen. That's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother something else, man. But brother, we have to get back to that place where we're focused as men. We have our mission, because to not move like that, brother, it's a feminine trait. It is a feminine trait, man. We have to get rid of as men, brothers. And the third trait, man, of many is the third trait that I see that a lot of men have picked up is the trait of doing absolutely nothing. The trait of doing absolutely nothing. And what I mean by that, brothers, is, well, let me say this. Because this is an extreme case. I can remember I had these 4 women working for me at one time. 3 of them were admin. 1 of them was a dispatcher, right? And out of these 4 women, 3 of these women had men at home, whether it was husband or whether it was boyfriend, at home, and they were just, and I'm talking about over the course of 3 years, maybe 4 years. They didn't work. They didn't do anything to generate income. They were just guys at home. A couple of them I know for a fact never cooked, never cleaned. All they did was sit there on the PS whatever all day, playing games all day, And I can remember sometimes they would come up and get the car from the woman or drop her off and go and BS all day. And this was the norm. And even then, back then, I wasn't thinking about it, but I didn't know that this was a common practice until, I'll say, within the last year or two, when I'm hearing a lot of women saying, "Hey, yeah, my man is this." I'm like, oh, that's a thing. Like that just wasn't a glitch in the system that I experienced. Like, that's a real thing of men doing absolutely nothing. And sleeping on women's couches and wanting women to actually take care of them. That's a real thing, brother. We have to stop being men that are doing nothing. Like I said, that's an extreme case. Let's bring it up to us, because those brothers don't even watch this channel. A man that moves like that, trust me, he's not even watching this channel. But let's talk about us as men. Us as good, upstanding, honorable men. When I say nothing, man, we have to become men that are, like, standing on something. Vision, goals, purpose. Standing on something. Like I said to the brothers in the power circle, it's been a number of weeks now. I say it's weird. It's weird when you think about all the things that's taking place in the world. You got people that are hungry. You got religion. People feeling a certain way about it. People are against it. You got all the things that are just events. Just all the things in the world that can be, that are problems that need to be solved. And you telling me you don't have any solution, you don't have any advice, you don't have any feedback and motivation for any of it? You just want to be a stagnant man? You just want to sit back in this little bubble and act like the world is not, brother. Us as men, we have to be those guys that are leading the way, that are going against the grain, that are combating issues that are BS, that are identifying things that are corrupting the mindsets of men, and speaking on it, trying to correct it. You telling me with all the things going on in the world, all the things that you can drive to the store and back, all the issues you see, all the things you see on social media, and you don't have any feedback for any of it? You don't want to give any feedback. You don't want to assist the young brothers in your neighborhood. I'm not talking about getting on social. I'm just talking about you as a man living outside of your norm. What are you standing on, brothers? What are you standing on? So all I'm saying is this, brothers. there are a lot of traits that, again, I don't know when we picked this up. It could have been over the last 100 years. I don't know. But I know for a fact that with the rise of social media, with the rise of people going viral for making videos, with the rise of, things like YouTube and Instagram, you can easily see